All right, friends, it's T-Man, and we're gonna do a video on our good friend Jason Blaha, the gym, lifting, recruiting, fitness, scarcely bro. Gonna do a reaction. So Jason Blaha says, training our legs has more impact on health than training upper body. I would have to agree because I started doing my legs first before my upper body because I would do my upper body and get lazy, and then I didn't want to do my legs anymore. Then I would forego them sometimes and then skip them, and it was a bad thing doing that. Well, yeah, legs are very important. In exercise, the most important thing to remember is intensity and duration. There's a big reason why people are not growing in the gym is because the intensity and duration that you're putting in. I'll explain this because I just did like another educational video because somebody was bothering me about parallel muscles growing in parallel. Yeah, in my exercise routine, I told you before, coming in once a week, I still did concentric, eccentric lifts. I called it overworking that muscle once a week. Bro, get it? Doing 5 times 10. You always get eccentric, concentric because it's based on intensity and duration. But and then people are like, well, that's 4-hour workout. Yeah, but that's 4-hour workout once a week. You get it? That's where muscles build. They build in that intensity and duration. They don't build if there's no intensity or duration. If you're just fucking around in the gym for 40 minutes. Well, I did my workout, my 30-minute workout. I did my 20-minute workout. Yeah. You think your 20-minute workout, 40-minute workouts or whatever are gonna do anything to your muscle to get them to grow? No. Not at all. That's your problem. That's the biggest factor in lifting people don't even realize. See what I mean? So when they say that force production concentrically will grow muscles in parallel, but concentrically will build them in series. Well, here's the thing. Concentrically and eccentrically, they always go together. So there's always going to be parallel and there's going to be in series. The only difference is in your lifting is that you're not even doing eccentric work, so forget about that. It's mostly concentric, but the intensity and duration that you all put in is very minute, like Blaha.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about a topic that I feel doesn't always get addressed enough. Because when we get into these conversations of all the different reasons we train, when it comes to the topic of just overall health, overall fitness, metabolic rate, lower chances of cancer, all these other health things, right? We do need to remember that the lower body is the most important. Now, that being said, I am by no means telling anybody to skip their upper body. I'm not telling you to skip your curls. I'm not telling you to skip your rear delts. I actually am of the opinion that we should generally be training everything. I mean, again, case in point, yeah. You see me doing rep work right here with 315 on the pause bench.
You should train everything on the day with intensity and duration. The problem with the eccentric part, it's going to cause damage. See, if you do a full eccentric, concentric exercise and you overwork those muscles on the day, you'll still be able to bring this damage back, even though the eccentric was what you would call light going down. But there's still eccentric going on there. You're overworking it with that eccentric exercise, doing concentric. The only difference is the intensity and duration. And so because the eccentric will cause the damage, it's going through a repair and a remodeling now, get it? In series. But the parallels are coming out as well. So, but if there's not enough intensity or duration, you're never going to grow anything in parallel, and you're not going to grow anything in series, okay? You're just going to fail there in the gym. But again, try to explain people, bodybuilding is not a sport, bro. Get hit. It's not based on performance. But, people are going to argue otherwise. Okay, whatever.
I am definitely about training upper body. However, when we start looking at the health benefits and we see all the data that we have on bone density, on how every ounce...
If you're sick and tired of being broke and unable...
And we see all the data that we have on bone density.
What is this health benefit stuff? What is causing your health to fail to begin with? What's failing it?
on how every ounce of muscle that we gain.
He makes it sound like people are sick out there. Yeah, well, if you're doing something bad, then you have health problems. How is this going to fix it if you haven't fixed the root problem?
Lowers risk of cancer slightly, lowers risk of diabetes. How even strength training, when it's been compared in meta-analysis, appears.
Yeah, eccentric exercise is more effective at wearing off all of these diseases. See what I mean? Concentric exercise doesn't have the benefits like eccentric. It's very simple. See what I mean? Like I said, when you go in the gym, watch the people lift. Their lifting is concentric, bro. They forego the eccentrics. They don't even do them. They just pretend. You understand me? Take a good look around. Look at their routines. They suck. Their lifting sucks. Their routines suck. There's no intensity or duration there in lifting to try to get the muscle to actually grow in parallel or in series, either way. See what I mean? But here's the thing. Why would you just want to grow a muscle in parallel and not in series? See how ridiculous that sounds? That's just stupid. Oh, but we're getting muscles in parallel. You're not going to get them in parallel if there's no series. Here's the thing. All initiating exercise initiates with concentric and leads with eccentric. Get it? You can't escape it. It's impossible. Not even an eccentric overload. You cannot escape the eccentric. You must pull the weight up for it to go down.
Appears to be slightly better than cardio even for heart health. Not saying we shouldn't do cardio. Again, people read too much into these things. Again, sometimes you make those statements and people go, "Oh, so you're saying we shouldn't train the upper body?" No, I never implied that.
Look at his exercise. There's no mechanical tension here. The mechanical tension would be right there. And then he goes back down again. He goes up, right about up to here. Look, right there. You go up to there, and then you go back down again as far as you can drag that weight. So that's mechanical tension. It means you go up and go down. But watch what happens when Blaha does his concentric exercise. Watch.
You're saying we shouldn't do cardio? Nope, didn't.
See, he stopped at the top. He locked out, which is, there's a break. The mechanical tension has been relieved. And then it goes down and he breaks at the bottom.
Even
Watch.
imply that.
See? He breaks at the bottom here. He's breaking constantly. There's no tension.
Right? Didn't imply that. That's on par with me saying, hey, a dollar is worth more than 80.
See how he rested it? He rested it on his chest. He kind of rested it, bounced a little bit, rested there, rested.
Senses. And then someone's saying, oh, so you're saying 80 cents is worthless. Nope, never said that.
See what I mean? The intensity, when they say intensity and they say these things like mechanical tension, what they're talking about is, yes, you can still do it for somewhat of a concentric exercise, okay? Doesn't have to be fully locked out and resting at the top. As long as you initiate concentrically and eccentrically, you don't want it to rest. You want it to keep flowing, the exercise. That's what they mean by mechanical tension intensity. Then duration would mean that multiple sets, that you would do multiple sets of reps of 10 reps. Get it? So multiple sets. Like in other words, this bench press right here, you'd have to do at least, to get something out of it, you need to do at least 12 sets of 10 repetitions. But Blaha, he does like 1, 2, or 3 sets of 10 reps. That's it. That is not enough duration to cause the muscle to try to grow in parallel or in series, the damage. Because there's no damage, because there's no intensity, there's no duration. Get it? Yeah.
Right. So again, it's purely a quantitative.
That's why it doesn't grow. It doesn't work in bro splits.
Measurement. Okay, nothing more.
Look, in bro splits, when people go, they go, well, I'm gonna do one or two body parts every day or something, a body part a day or 2 body parts a day, whatever. So they do their workout. Again, they don't put enough intensity or duration. See what I mean? Because If we do a full upper body, we overwork that muscle in intensity and duration. They keep getting worked over and over and over again. That's more effective than just coming in and doing one body part and fucking off.
But the fact of the matter is, and I'll get over to in a minute, the fact that there's nothing stopping us from training the upper body if we train our lower, right? There's still additional benefits. Same thing with cardio. Yes, strength training and weightlifting does more for heart health.
Cardio, you get cardio lifting weights. What are you talking about? This is cardio.
But cardio still helps. And you know what? You can still weightlift and do cardio.
Look, if you eat your natural food as a carnivore, then you don't need to worry about any of that. And as far as cardio, you get enough cardio walking, doing your daily routines, playing sports, and lifting weights. See what I mean? You don't need to be running on a treadmill.
Literally nothing stopping you from doing it. Okay? So these are not either or situations. But the problem is when people say something like, well, I really care about health, or I care about heart health, or I care about cancer.
Where is the mechanical tension in this deadlift right now, what he's doing here? Where's the mechanical tension? In bodybuilding, the mechanical tension is always there on the eccentric, concentric work. The problem is people are not adding intensity and duration to this exercise to make it effective.
And they skip the most important stuff, like they'll neglect the things that matter the most. Okay, that's why we need to address this, because people will step over dollars to pick up dimes, as the expression goes. And it's not quite that extreme in this case, but there is...
See that? He just drops it. There's no mechanical tension. He drops it, it rests, then he lifts it, and then he drops it. You have to hold the weight, go down and go up. You don't have to lock out at the top. You don't have to lock out at the bottom. As long as the mechanical tension is there. The more tension and duration of these exercises you do, the more chances you have of gaining muscles in series and in parallel. But if you don't do them enough, you'll never get them. That's why people fail.
A measurable difference. So why the lower body? People say, why does that matter? Because your legs are bigger than your upper body. Like if you look at studies that have been done, the quads, just the quadriceps alone, right? The front part of your thigh, that's not counting the hamstrings, the adductors, the glutes, the calves, none of that other stuff. Your quads are over twice the size of every single possible muscle in your upper body. They're over twice the size of your lats, they're over twice the size of your pecs, all right? A lot of these muscles that people think are big muscles, your quads are more than double their size.
Your quads, yeah, your legs are quite big muscles. They require a lot of sets actually, and reps to build. Man, I have to do like 20 sets just to get that damage to come back. And that also leads with muscles in parallel. See what I mean? Because I'm still initiating with concentric, doing a full eccentric for my legs, squatting. I'm aware of this. You're aware in the back of your mind. You're like, you come in and sometimes you do like 10 or 12 sets. It's not enough. You can feel it. There's no tearing. There's nothing going on there. So you have to add more fucking sets to it. Intensity and duration. Without that duration, those muscles, there's nothing going on there, dude. Get it?
Now people go, well, how come the upper body sometimes looks bigger? Because there's way more bone and skeleton. Okay? There's way more bone and skeleton.
You're just focused on more upper than lower. That's your problem. Eating carbohydrates all day, getting fat.
That's why. I mean, look at your arms compared to the size of your thighs. Now, that's just a single bone running through. Right? Your torso, a whole big chunk of that is your whole skeleton. It's your rib cage. It's all your organs, right? That's actually a relatively thin layer of muscle around it. Whereas in your legs, that is a much thicker slab of muscle, way above the bone, inches and inches above the bone. Thicker slab of muscle, way above the bone, inches and inches above the bone.
Okay.
Okay, especially if you lift like I do, there's probably 5 inches of
Or if you lift like Blaha does, very lazily. That's why I say these workouts are lazy. They're just workouts. They're nothing. They don't do anything but wear you out.
meat before you even get to the bone just on the front. You're not going to find that on the upper body, right? 5-6 inches of meat deep. Not going to happen. So it's the fact that there's more muscle there. And that's just the quads. What about the glutes? The glutes, every single muscle in the lower body is bigger than all the muscles of the upper body. Your calves have more muscle than your pecs or your lats. Just your calves. And the glutes are massive too. Quads and glutes are the 2 biggest. Okay? The quads and glutes are almost by themselves.
Yeah, you want to know how to make those eccentric exercises that you're doing in the gym. Let's say you do full range. How do you make them effective even though they're lighter coming down on your concentric? How do you make them effective? Easy, intensity and duration. You got to stay there for hours doing those exercises. They're going to take you a long time. That's why it's easier to do your full upper body on the day, right? And overwork those muscles with intensity and duration for the next 4 hours than it is coming in every single day doing shitty 30-minute workouts. Get it? The 30-minute workout, man. Get it, dude? Or the 45-minute workout, man. I got a 45-minute workout. You did. But guess what? You didn't get any intensity or duration for those muscles to want to grow. They're not going to grow because, well, I did 45 minutes or a 30-minute workout. I did my 30-minute. I got my workout in. Yeah, you got your workout in, but your body doesn't give a shit about your 30-minute or 40-minute workout. See what I mean? It don't give a shit about that. It only gives a shit about intensity and duration to make it cause it to do something, to cause it to change. But if you don't cause it to change, it's never going to change. See what I mean? It doesn't have to change just because you did a 30-minute workout. It's not going to change because, well, Johnny did 30-minute workout, so that should be enough. Like Blaha here. He does his like 10-minute workout in the gym here on video. You think that 10 minutes on video working out is going to cause any change in his body? No. Why do you think he takes steroids? To fake it cosmetically. Why do you think people take steroids to fake it cosmetically? Or creatine, triglyceride, or bulk diets or whatever? Why do you think they have to fake it? Because they're too lazy to make it. You understand me? They're too lazy. And so lazy people get what they deserve. Triglycerides, bulk diets, powders, and steroids. Get it?
Carry as much muscle, if not more, than your entire upper half of your body does. Yeah. If you were to dissect it all out, weigh it out on a scale, you'd be...
That's why I said to people, I go, you know what? You could do eccentric overload. You can overload the eccentrics and you'll get a lot out of it. But I know that's for the lazy people because they're like, okay, maybe I could come in and my 30-minute workout, I'll do an overload and I'll finally get something out of my exercises. Well, yeah, I mean, it definitely could help for the lazy motherfuckers that are out there, right? They'll do their 30-minute shitty workout and they'll do like an eccentric overload for 30 minutes. And most likely they may get something, not a lot, but they'll definitely get something. It was better than doing their shitty concentric 30-minute workouts, right? That got them a zero. That's why you get people in comment sections always writing me stupid stuff. They have no experience whatsoever, and then they'll scream out and they'll say, "Yeah, but you get a parallel. You get them in parallel." Yeah, they do grow in parallel, but you don't get them in parallel with your shitty workouts. Get it, dude? The guy that wrote me in the comment section, you don't get him. They grow in parallel, but not you. You're not growing them in parallel because your workout sucks.
Be surprised. It's a lot. So if we're looking at muscle mass being protective against cancer, against diabetes, all these things, and we know that it is, and also glucose disposal, right? Your glucose dump, sugar dump.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely. You really want to activate the growth factors. That's why you don't want to leave out the eccentric exercise. See what I mean? You don't want to leave them out. I haven't yet to see anybody grow any muscles in parallel doing just concentric exercises. It's not happening, bro. I've never seen it happen. Maybe in science when they tell you it's going to grow in parallel when you do concentric exercise, it itself is not just going to grow in parallel doing concentric. There must be a triggering device for growth factors to get it to grow in parallel, and that must be leading with eccentric. And if the eccentric is not damaged, then the growth factors are not turned on for the muscles to grow in parallel. That's why they're not growing in parallel concentrically, okay, dude? So you do keep doing your concentric exercises. The growth factors are not turned on. They don't just magically grow because you're squeezing your ass cheeks at the top, okay? Squeezing ass cheeks all day. Squeezing muscles don't make them grow in parallel. They don't just magically appear in parallel. See what I mean? This is ridiculous. Because Jason Blaha says that hyperplasia doesn't exist. Get it?
If that's the case, it makes sense that legs should be prioritized, or at the very least never ever neglected or trained less than the upper body. Okay? So you've got that to factor in, right? That's a big deal. Well, what about once we start moving? All right, once you start getting up and walking or jogging or riding a bike, once you start doing any cardio or movement, what muscles are doing the moving?
I don't know. I don't know what muscles are doing the movement. Please tell us, Blaha.
Or your legs.
Your legs. Surprise. Oh, I had no clue. I had no idea.
Okay. Now, all muscle is metabolically active, right? We
They are? They're all metabolically active? No kidding.
know that, even at rest. But the muscle that's actually moving and working, the size of it matters more. In other words, when we talk about how much calories and energy and everything you expend, say, walking down the street, going for a 30-minute walk, okay? Which stuff we should be doing for health anyways. You know, you should probably get out and do a 20, 30-minute walk every day. It's good for you. When you think of the metabolism and energy expenditure, if you put 10 pounds of muscle on your upper body versus 10 pounds of muscle on your lower body.
Yeah, think about that. If you put on 10 pounds and you put on this pounds of muscle on your upper and lower, easier said than done.
Which one is going to be way more metabolically active when you go take that walk? Obviously in your legs, because it's being used, it's being contracted. Okay? Also, it adds more swing weight. So if you're looking at, hey, how much energy am I burning up walking around and moving around, your legs matter more. And you get people who ask me, well, what do you mean you burn that many calories a day? You're like almost, you're 48 years old. You know you burn like 4,000 calories. I'm like, yeah, but I do. But look at the size of my legs, size and strength of my legs. It kind of matters, guys.
Yeah, look at the size of those mother legs, dude. They're massive. At 100 and, I don't know, 80 pounds or something, 85 pounds or 80 pounds, Blaha. At 5 foot, what, 8 or 9 or something? I don't know how tall he is, 5'8". Maybe 5'7" or 6 or something, I don't know.
I burn a lot of calories if I get up and go take a 10, 15-minute walk. I probably burn a decent amount of calories making a trip to the grocery store, you know, just pushing the shopping cart around. Not saying it's insane amounts, but it's definitely significant. It adds up.
Okay.
So that's kind of the point, too. Your legs, because not only are they the biggest muscles, you're going to use them more for things. That's going to burn through more glucose. It's going to create more insulin sensitivity, right? It's going to improve your blood work overall better. It's going to make you burn calories and energy. You're going to be less risk for obesity, less risk for diabetes. I mean, again, we're getting into some important stuff. Same thing, we know insulin sensitivity, which we get from muscle cancer. Muscle tissue is it is cardioprotective, but it's actually cancer protective. Your muscle tissue competes with...
Yeah, eccentric exercise is cancer protective. That's what it does, man. It's because it's active. It activates growth factors and a bunch of things. Eccentric. Concentric doesn't really activate anything, man. The activation happens in eccentric. So these parallel in series, they can't just appear just because you're squeezing your muscles, your ass cheeks. See what I mean?
Tumors more resources. Because your body's trying to fight the tumors off, but if they grow faster than your body and immune system can handle them, you got problems. Real quick.
Tumors, because garbage is accumulating in your body. So when the muscles, the growth factors are activated in eccentric, only eccentric exercise is what activates growth factors. Then a whole cascade of events start to happen. You get something called the T cells. They come out and they clean up all the dead shit. They remove all these senescent cells and dead shit and everything. It can help remove these so-called tumors and cancers and everything, because once there's an activation in muscle damage, it's got to do its job. So it's coming out and it'll get rid of all this stuff.
All right.
But if you're not getting damaged and you're just lifting and you're not activating the satellite cell, you're just doing these concentrics like Blaha. He's adapted to his exercise. He's just wearing his body out. He's coming in here working out without a goal to activate anything, any growth factors. Again, it's based on intensity and duration. That's what makes bodybuilding so difficult.
Building leg muscles, building muscle in general is.
Building muscle is astronomically difficult, bro. It's you gotta put in the work. But if you put in the fake work, it ain't gonna work.
Helpful. Legs are more helpful. That's all I'm saying in regard to all this. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today.
Yeah, this lazy workout lasted 8 minutes. His lazy workout, 8 minutes. He was on a live, and now he did this workout for 8 minutes, and then that's it, bro. Get it? You think that's enough intensity and duration to cause any growth in your body, to stimulate growth, to cause damage, to stimulate growth, or anything going on there? No. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, man. That's ridiculous.